What's going on, my DC brothers and sisters? It's your boy, the Truth 31. Hit like, subscribe for all that DC goodness on your face, neck, and chest. And man, oh man, if you have not seen Over the Edge, please do so, because this episode fucked me up when I was a little kid, when I was just a little truth watching this shit. And it's fucking insane. First of all, the episode starts with Jim Gordon and the entire police task force hunting down Batman and Robin. And when you're watching it, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Because this episode plays like a series finale. And the fact that it just like starts immediately with, Batman and Robin on the run, fucking Jim Gordon knowing who Batman is, who Bruce Wayne is, the entire Bat family. And you're like, what the fuck's going on? Like, as a little kid watching this shit, I'm like, what the like, I was having a fucking panic attack. I'm like, what is this? Like, what the fuck's happening? Because it just fucking throws you in. Like, in the first opening sequences of this episode, it just throws you in. You're like, what the fuck's going on? And then obviously, when the episode follows through, we see Batgirl and Batman fighting, and then you see the Scarecrow. You're like, oh, okay. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck did Scarecrow do? So obviously, Batgirl is following Scarecrow. Batman and Robin are fighting the crimes. Batgirl goes upstairs to find Scarecrow, and then fucking Scarecrow just whacks the shit out of Batgirl. Just fucking beats her with a stick, and she like fucking falls to her death. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? You're like, no, did they just fucking kill Batgirl? Did they just fucking kill Batgirl? Bro, I'm about to fucking cancel this show. They did not just fucking kill Batgirl. And you're like, holy shit. Mind you, this is a fucking kid's cartoon in the middle of the day. So I can only imagine kids watching this shit were fucking traumatized and need to see a fucking shrink after this episode finished, because you're like, what is going on? And then obviously, the story just again follows through, and we see the entire task force going after Dick Grayson, Nightwing, who's fucking captured and you're like, and arrested, and they know who he is. And of course, Jim Gordon is like, oh shit, like, okay, well, if Dick Grayson, if he's Nightwing, well, then obviously he was adopted by Bruce Wayne. He was younger, so obviously Jim Gordon put two and two together and finds out that Bruce Wayne is Batman, and just goes after his entire Bat family. And of course, Bat family's like, okay, what the fuck do we do now? And Batman's like, look, you go your separate way. You have a plan. Don't worry, Tim Drake, because you're fucking kids, so they're not going to throw you in jail, so you're safe. And Tim Drake's like, well, what about you? What are you going to do? And Batman's like, look, don't worry about me. Because I think Batman at this time was like, look, fuck it. Batgirl's dead. The Bat family is disbanded. Everyone knows who I am. So there's really no reason for me to fucking carry on anymore. There's like no reason for me to hide. So, I got to go my own way. So I got to do what I got to do. Again, this is like really dark shit that's happening throughout the entire series. And as a kid, I'm just losing my mind, because I'm thinking like, oh, is this the final episode? Because there was like no promotion leading to this shit, like on saying like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the final episode of Batman the Animated Series, so I hope you enjoy. Like, no, motherfucker, like, I don't want this shit to end. If this is the end, this is the most depressing kid show I've ever seen in my fucking life. What the fuck are you doing to me, kids WB? I hate you. But of course, the episode continues, and then we all find out that it's just, it's just a gas attack. What is it? The fear gas that's, Scarecrow sprayed on Barbara Gordon. And this was Barbara Gordon's worst fear of fucking, seeing her father go after the entire Bat family, seeing her father, realize and find out that Barbara Gordon is actually Batgirl, and she's working with Bruce Wayne, she's working with the Bat family. So because, Barbara Gordon's biggest fear is that, James Gordon will find out who she is, and he will always constantly worry about her and know about her secret and family. But at the end of the series, I think Bruce Timm and Paul Dini, I think they kind of, throw a little wink at the audience, and they kind of like let us know in a subtle way that James Gordon knows that, Barbara Gordon is Batgirl, but they never, flat out and say it out loud. So I think it's up to us to interpret that, James Gordon knows that Barbara Gordon is Batgirl. Again, the writing in this episode is so well done. So it's so beautiful, poetic, and fucking dark as shit, man. Especially like with the whole shit with Bane and coming in and trying to kill fucking Batman, and the whole And there's a scene at the end where Bane gets electrocuted by Batman, and fucking Bane throws the bat signal off the ledge where Jim Gordon was hanging off on, and Batman was trying to hang on to him, and they both fall off the edge and they die, and that's when Barbara Gordon wakes up, and we all realize, oh, it's a fucking dream. Again, I would have been like, it's a cop out, yes, but it's done in such a fucking cool way, and the episode is fantastic throughout, that we really don't mind that it's a cop out. Like, we really don't mind, like, oh no, it was all a dream, or it's all a fear gas attack by Barbara Gordon in her lucid dreaming, that this is all fake. But again, I didn't care, because I was just so happy at the end that I was that this wasn't gonna be the end. That this actually was just a fear toxin gas dream sequence, and the fact that the Bat family is alive and well. Because I would have fucking not handled it well if this was the final episode and this was actually real. So the fact that they actually did this, kudos to the writing team and kudos to this episode. I think, because to me, this is one of my favorite episodes of all time. I think it's one of the best episodes of Batman the Animated Series, because it's so well done. It's so dark and beautiful, and really just it really felt like a fucking series finale episode. Better than most fucking live action series finales. It's better than most live action series finales. I'll give it that much, because it is fantastic. But anyway, if you haven't seen the episode, go watch it, and go watch it immediately right now, because it's fucking awesome. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Smash that fucking like button, my beautiful DC brothers and sisters. Subscribe, hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Let's continue having this DC conversation. And yeah, Batman the Anime Series, Over the Edge. Go watch it right now, because it is one of the best, if not the best, Batman episodes of all time. So it's so beautiful, so dark, and again, it's just Batman. It's fucking awesome. It's awesome. Go watch it right now. And as always, truth out.